Howdy. This is Sandy McManus with needsaribbon.com bringing you another edition of Let's Kit Together. And we're just going to give a few minutes for people to join us, as one should. And in the meantime, I had a special delivery today, which I'm going to share with you while we give people a few minutes, because Friday night is, especially after the week that the Midwest has had with the volume of snow, I know we're all feeling a little off and stuff. So let me share with you what came in the mail today, or UPS today. I'm so excited. I got, and I have only partially emptied or opened the box. All I've done is open the top. I got my Boho Blue, mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I had to pay for mine because I'm already a demonstrator, but it is one of the items they have during Celebration, which is happening right now. Sorry, I'm off on the side. I'm opening the box. The box is so big. You can, this is one of the freebies, so to speak, you can get during Celebration. Oh, I'm just so excited for this little beauty. You can get during Celebration right now when you join my team. I'm pretty darn excited because I think it's beautiful. Boho Blue, and since they're calling it Boho Blue and not just blue, it makes me wonder if that is a new color that will be introduced. I don't know. I really honestly don't know, but it does lead for me a lot of questions. So this is the mini machine, and if you're not familiar with it, a lot of our dies, and they're usually marked in the catalogs, ones that will work with the mini machines as opposed to the big machine. And I grabbed one of our new dies just to kind of show you the Queen Bee dies. I didn't grab the stamp set that goes with it or anything else, but because they're small, they will work with this machine. I just truly this was just an impulse thing, so this is not going to be super polished or anything. I truly just had an impulse to show you. Oh God, it's so cute. I love these little baby machines. So I need my base, number 1, and I need my 2 cutting plates. This is how new it is. Yes, it still has the tissue paper. I truly just unpacked this, or started unpacking it right before I hit go. So, God, all of a sudden I'm having a brain fart. What do I need? Wow. So the advantage to our new machines is that they fold flat and don't take up as much space for storage. And look at that. So if I haven't shown you before, yes, they make a snappy sound, can't help that, but that locks them in place. And so we have, hopefully everything is mostly on camera. It looks like it's pretty good. Maybe if I turned it this way, that'd be a little bit better. So I'm just going to I didn't cut my paper down either. As you can see, maybe I should show the machine. And we'll just take this leafy die. I should have enough paper. And this is again the Queen Bee. Helps if you flip the die the right way. Another Boho Blue baby machine. So remember, with the minis, you do need to kind of offset your plates a little bit. Oh my gosh. I don't know why this makes me smile. I have a mini machine and it's white, but for some reason this blue just makes me oh so happy. It's silly. I know. So, yeah. So, there. That is one of the dies from the new Queen Bee dies, which, this is the rest of them. The stamp set is gorgeous. Again, I didn't grab that. I only grabbed the dies Has a little honeycomb, obviously queen bee. The theme is bee. That's a giant bee. It cuts out a little sideways bee. Bee wings. That'd be pretty, in vellum paired over that. Little honeycomb labels, leaves. That must be a queen or a crown. All of that cool stuff. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that. And now we'll get back to our regularly scheduled program, which is Let's Get Together. So let me get this stuff put aside. Let me put my little, look how quick that goes. My machine aside and all my other parts. I just had to show you. It really is adorable in the blue. Yeah, just one of those things. Here it is. Again, up to 3 or 3 1/4 inch wide dies will fit on the mini machine, which is so many of ours if you turn them sideways these days. So yeah, that's a cool thing. Anyway, so here we are on a Friday night, not a Thursday night, because I had an obligation, a meeting last night for this. So this is Sandy with needsarubbin.com bringing you an edition of Let's Kit Together. And we are going to put together the December 2022 Good Things Come in Small Packages Paper Pumpkin Kit. So that's December 2022 Paper Pumpkin Kit. And I have said this, if you've watched my other Let's Kit Togethers, I do not open them ahead of time. I really don't do, I truly mean let's get our kits. So if you haven't opened your kit, open it now. I'm flipping it over so I can, there, hide my address. There we go. Not that it's not public information, it just whatever. So we have this beautiful confetti, looks like petal pink and Calypso Coral box. It's cute. And let's go ahead and open it in our ink spot like our other paper pumpkins in this case. This is a paper pumpkin Let's Kit Together. We get a mini spot in Garden Green, and we're going to go ahead and just open that up. Right away. And I know there are easier ways to open this. I don't know why I go back to this old school methodology where I'm going to sever an artery sometime. And I like to cut my lids off just because then we can fully open it. So we have a Garden Green ink spot, and with our other paper pumpkins, each month you'll get a new ink spot. They promise not to repeat colors every 12 months. So it may even be 24 months before we see Garden Green again, with having so many colors. 53, well, they won't do white, you know. So we'll go with however many colors we have. 50 we'll go with till they repeat again. So who knows? Some repeat every 12 months, some don't. You get a unique stamp set in your paper pumpkin kit. In this case, it's very, it doesn't look quite Valentine's. That's a really nice general purpose stamp set. So if you got this kit, if you've been looking for a general purpose stamp set, this is the one. Good Things Come in Small Packages. You did it. Graduation. Congrats. Cheers to forever for your special delivery. Special delivery. Oh baby, happy birthday with love. Congrats for you. Blah, blah, blah. So that's a pretty good general purpose stamp set. No images, just words. So, and we also have this little message that Become Locked in Love. Okay, this is about the January one, which you still have until January 10th to subscribe to get it. And I know that's 3. I've only pre-read that it's 3 each of 3 different card styles, and there is an add-on box for it. And what else did they say? Oh, this is ours. Oh, there's an add-on with this one too. I forgot to grab it. Crunch. I actually did get it. Well, maybe I'll step aside and grab it. But so there is an add-on for the December kit too. It's some card bases, and then for, again, moving on for February, I know they're Valentine themed cards, of course. It's a card kit actually for January, for February. Sometimes we've had treats. A lot of times for the January kit, which is for February, meaning it ships January. It usually is some kind of treat holder for Valentine's Day. So here's the other thing. So you get all this, the twine or whatever they include usually is separate too. So it looks like it's some basic gray baker's twine, a garden green ink spot, stamp set, our little kit prepackaged, and our lovely instructions. Look at that. Look at how cute that is. They're little treat boxes. Often with the December kit, it's there is kind of a rhythm to the Paper Pumpkin life cycle, 12-month life cycle. September will be for October treats. January usually is treats for February. Again, this year being cards. Some years it's cards, sometimes but it's Valentine themed. October and November is usually a 2-part Christmas thing. One is cards, and then the next one is either tags or gift boxes or something related. Or December kit has been anything from an annual calendar to, well, kind of a general purpose box. It's usually not a card kit for December, but just to kind of, if you haven't subscribed, just to kind of give you a general life cycle of the 12 months of Paper Pumpkin. It isn't as chaotic as it seems. They've got an actual ribbon. Okay, a rhythm. So we've got these, oh my gosh, these adorable boxes. So we've got, okay, let's go back. I got off course here. So let's go to the very back page. That's where I like to get started, besides what it looks like. So the very back page, our kit components contain, I've been sick for a couple weeks, so if my voice goes out, I'm really sorry. I am mic'd, so hopefully that will help you hear me. Our kit components contain supplies for 16 gift boxes. The coordinating colors are Balmy Blue, Basic Gray Twine, Blushing Bride, Calypso Coral, Crushed Curry Garden Green, and Tahitian Tide. And so do more with this kit. So yeah, by all means go. There's lots of places you can go for inspiration for alternatives. In fact, if you follow Paper Pumpkin, Stampin' Up's official Paper Pumpkin on Facebook, once a month they show alternatives that have been submitted to Stampin' Up with the kit. So that is a great start for inspiration to do other things. I always say kits are great. I show you how to put them together as the instructions, but they certainly are the best jumping off point for ideas. I mean, don't think that you have to put them together the way the instructions say. So that being said, here are boxes. So 16 boxes. Looks like we have 16 belly bands in varying colors, and I'm gonna guess we can match. They have some suggestions, it looks like, but we can mix and match. We have little labels, probably where a cute little greeting will go. More label styles. So we have round and we have rectangle notched labels we can use. We have cutouts. They're always just, that's part of what I love about these kits. So more label-y type things, and we'll probably explore that when we start reading the instructions. Well, that'll make sense in the instructions. We've got lots and lots of little bread tags. Oh my gosh. Are those little bread tags or what? Oh, fun. I'd love to see a punch in that. Wouldn't that be fun to see a punch in that? And then, okay, so that's it. So it comes with everything. That's the beauty with Paper Pumpkin. The only thing it doesn't come in is the one thing that I forget every time is your first Paper Pumpkin kit will come with a block. It's not this block, but it's very similar to this block. This is just the one that I grabbed. I really need to grab a Paper Pumpkin block at some point so I can show you. Sorry about that. But it is very similar to this. Okay, so first thing it looks like it's recommending is, okay, they don't have the instructions really numbered. Okay, so these instructions are a little bit different. And like our other kit instructions, there's always a ruler. In this case, Paper Pumpkin is only in imperial inches because they're only a US kit. If they eventually parlay this kit into just an orderable kit, it will have inches and metric on it. But right now, Paper Pumpkin, that's just, some of our past Paper Pumpkin kits have been parlayed into orderable kits. They've repackaged them, and that's great. I love that they're doing that. Again, kits just, there's just so much good about them. Okay, so it looks like our instructions and taking a look at the whole thing. Yeah, if we take a look at one of the other side, it just shows the groupings of what they recommend for supplies to go together. And what I say is, you do you. Do not have to put it together the way they recommend. And looking at this, since this mostly, I'm trying to decide if I want to do one of each or just one, because they're all, and looking at this, basically the same idea. And so there are no words or anything. There usually aren't, or minimal words. So one of the first things you usually do is get your stamping out of the way so you can set that aside to dry. I think we're going to do, maybe we'll only do one because my voice is, it could give out at any moment, honestly. So, sorry. We're going to do, let me go back. Sorry, keep flipping back and forth. I'm going to do the number 3, what they have on the kit. I'm going to do the number 3 box. So that means it looks like it's the soft seafoam belly band with the white. Happen to be right on top here. These are our belly bands, and they're all pre-cut, pre-scored, pre-printed, pre-loveliness. I'm going to set the rest of them aside. I should show you the rest of them. So we have the soft seafoam. That's probably So Saffron with the baby type look. We have a kind of congratulations graduate type thing in, I keep wanting to call it Bashful Blue. It's not. Blue. Yeah, that. I have to go look at the instructions. I'm so old school. Why do I want to call it Bashful? Balmy Blue. Oh my goodness, Sandra. Balmy Blue. Balmy Blue. And then the confetti. So we're going to set the rest of those aside. The fact that this kit makes 16 boxes is just a phenomenal deal. So we need the belly band. We need a basic gray box. Which, okay, so we've got, trying to figure out how they've got, because they're two-sided, so you can flip them either way too. That's the other thing, is we have 4 colors on one side, so that's Balmy Blue, probably Calypso Coral, Tahitian Tide, and then the Crushed Curry. And then you flip it over and you've got Garden Green, Calypso Coral, actually maybe that's Petal Pink then, some kind of other green, and the basic gray. So you've got 2 ways that you can do your box. So plan that. So my recommendation, if you're kitting along with me, that's great. If you're watching and going to do this later, take a look at all your supplies first and see we have polka dots, so we can flip that too. In fact, let's take a look. So with our belly bands, we've got stripes on one side or confetti on the other. We've got the garden green polka dots on one side and bashful blue, or excuse me, I did it again. Balmy blue. Wow. Maybe I just want bashful blue to come back as a color. I don't know. The graduate theme ones, and then we've got these stripes in whatever green, and then the So Saffron baby ones. So if you don't like the baby, you could put this on the outside, and then we have, of course, the polka dot, the basic gray polka dots, and the soft seafoam. So a lot of mix and match with this kit. So just because it has the baby stuff in there, do not think you need to use the baby stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and just do this. We're only going to do one box because, again, I need to think about how I'm going to use these. But we'll do one. We're going to do the number 3 on the instructions. So I want my basic gray box and not my polka dots. I'm going to have my soft seafoam out with the white. And we have a garden green ink. And looking at our supplies, we have a sheet of dimensionals. I don't see glue dots, but I know they're hiding in here somewhere. We have tear and tape that comes with it too for box assembly. So we need one of these little bread tags. Oh my gosh. Can we, anyone from Stampin' Up!, if you watch this, can we please have this as a punch? I really would like to see this, a bread tag punch. I just think that would be just the funnest thing. So we need one of these bread tags. I'm just going by the instructions. We need 2 leaves per box. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside. We need 1 petal pink or blushing bride, whatever color it is, and green leaf thing. And we're going to put that one aside. So you see we get stars, graduation caps, the flowers, and again, with the mix and match on this, there's just, it doesn't say where we use these. Unless, you know what? I just realized what these probably do is, wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably a little note to put inside. Is that right? They're not on the outside. So I'm going to guess that they're for, let's keep reading. Yeah, it must be that you can write a note on the inside. Let's see. Yep, that must be what it's for, is to write a note on the inside, which is awesome. Okay, so I've got all my supplies according to this cheat sheet that kind of breaks it down if you assemble the kit as is. I'm going to put aside my little greetings. For this one, I might choose the garden green actually, based on if you look at the kit on how to put it together. I would probably put the confetti possibly with that one. Again, it's a mix and match. The little stars with that one, I don't know. But we've got, they give you 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 4, 20. So plenty of options to choose on. I assume that's, again, to write your message. So for this one, again, there's just so much with this kit that you can do. Look at this. So we get 16, is that right? No? Wow. Okay, so it makes 16 boxes, but we get 20 rectangles and 20 circles. So keep going on it, you know. We only need one of these. I am going to tear it off. Normally I like to stamp on the sheets because they're easier to manage, but I just want to pull it apart, and we need so I guess that's the supplies to get going. So now I'm going to flip back to that specific kit on that sheet for this specific set of products. So it looks like we need to stamp, excuse me, congrats, possibly congrats and cheers to forever. I'm going to put this aside so I don't get it goopy. We'll get this set up. Let's flip this over because I'm seeing something. They're two different stamps. You're going to have to make sure if you're going to stamp both of those on there that they fit on your block. So my recommendation then is to put them face down on your little tag to get that set up. And put that down here like that. Actually, yeah, that's good. We'll do it. I was going to offset them and I'm like, you know, again, personal choice. But we're going to do that so we know that's going to fit. I'm just going to go ahead and pick that up with my block. And I'm going to prep my stamp. Photopolymer first time, remember, it has the kind of a finish on it. So you need to just, don't put it directly in the greasy, dirty part of your hand, even if you just washed them. The back of your hand, and you can hear it's not sticking to my paper, so I know that it's prepped. That's how you get the ink to stick and eliminate other problems. See, I'm getting inky already. Yeah. So actually, we'll ink it up this way. That looks good. If not, I've got a million more tags. Congrats. Cheers to forever. Yay! Super. And now I have to deal with those. And now we need to stamp our little bread tag. Oh my gosh. Seriously, if we get a tag like that, maybe I'll email Stampin' Up. I just think it would be very fun. Or maybe I'm just in a random mood. Okay, so the next step, we need to stamp our bread tag. Happy for you. So again, using that same methodology, I'm going to do happy offset actually. And then for you, yeah. That way I know they'll fit. You see that? And yep, see how that you hear that stick? Yeah. That's why I need to prep it. And it's a one-time prep. Okay. Okay. Stamp our little bread tag. And I'm going to set this all aside so I don't get green ink everywhere like is prone to happen with me. Set aside my tags. And we need 14 inches of, while that's drying, we'll just grab our 14 inches of basic gray baker's twine. And that must be an end. So and also another tip, when you pull stuff off a spool, whether it's the round flat ribbon or the baker's twine, I recommend you see how it kind of uncorks it, because it gets all, the way they have to machine put it on the spools, it gets all kinky and spun up, kind of like releasing the tension on a spring. Okay, so we've done our stamping. That's great. We've cut our twine. We're not ready for it yet. We need our Tear and tape. And wow, that's like a half size tear and tape. I see why too, because bringing back in our little pieces here. We've got some very narrow areas on the box, so to make sure it fits, it's great. It's actually great. Okay, so I actually did grab a bone folder tonight because I usually forget and I didn't know I'd need it for the box. So I want the gray side of my box out. It's the balmy blue is the other side, which I could do this, but then it wouldn't match my flowers. So I'm gonna do, but you see how you could use these boxes and add your own elements. I mean, knock yourself out. This is a phenomenal kit. So I'm gonna go ahead and put aside this stuff, and I can see that I need to just kind of burnish my score lines, so I'm going to work my way in with the basic gray out. I can feel that as I go around that you really probably don't need to burnish with a bone folder, but it usually, because it's really, those are scored very nicely, but it just helps. I found that it helps things kind of hold its shape. We'll do that on the belly band. It only takes, a minute, and just ensures that your project will, again, not a necessary step per se, but it just makes sure that stuff will go together. So this is a tapeless box. Do you see that? You just score it together. It's a tapeless box. Okay, so let's assemble our box. So we know those little flaps have to get hidden, and those flaps, so I'm trying to do this so it shows on the camera. Yeah, go with that. Okay, you could put a little tape in there if you really want it to stay. You could certainly hide a little bit of tape in there, but honestly, that's staying together pretty nicely. Again, that pre-scoring helps a little bit. They also say, okay, so we put a little tape on our belly band. So looking at my belly band, I just need to put these flaps are equal, so it doesn't matter which one goes underneath, but make sure you put the tape on the right side. I've been known to do that. Okay, the skinny stuff, it's hard. There's the end. So we just need a little tape to hold our belly band. And I'm going to squish it flat but just make sure if you squish it flat to do this, that I have, let me show you this way. So normally to go like this, I'm going to push this flap this way. I'm going to push the other short side that way. That way I get firm pressure on there. That's why I did that. Okay, so there is our box. There is our belly band. Looks like we can probably put our belly band on. Make sure you put the seam side down. And this, I assume, is the box side up with the little cutout for the finger. Yeah, this is a cute kit. Like that. And so I'm seeing that they want tear and tape on the back of the congrats. Tear and tape. Where did I put my tear and tape? Tear and tape. A thin stripe. Okay. Peel off the release paper. Use your fingernail, use a scissor, or take your pick tool to get that backing off. And according to the instructions, it goes off to the side. Kind of centered, kind of not. If you're being absolutely according to the instructions, I kind of lined up my little notches with the edge of the belly band. Okay, so the next thing, we need tear and tape on the back side of the right side when you flip it over of our bread tag. God, I'm just so amused by this bread tag thing. It's the little things this week. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we need a little bit of that, and pull off the release paper, and we're gonna put, I'm gonna flip it back over. We're gonna put the 2 leaves in the corner of the bread tag, and I find it's easier to work from the front side on that. And then we don't want that little Oh, they put the tape over. That's smart. I did not. So that's the tip. We'll just add another piece. Put your leaves down and then put the tape over. Do you see that? Yeah. So minor correction. Put the leaves down on your tag and then put the tape over. Okay. With that skinny tape, yeah. So we have mine aren't quite in the corner, and that I'm okay with that. And then now we need to take our pink flower and put a dimensional behind that. Just 1 dimensional should be sufficient. Only 1 dimensional is really going to fit because we're going to put it off in the corner here of our bread tag, like that. So there's your bread tag, or some version of that, whatever version of the kit of the 4, or actually unlimited possibilities here. So let's bring our box back, and so we need to take and run our twine around the box and tie a bow. And I can already tell, okay, I'm going to, just to make sure this doesn't come undone, I'm actually going to do a square knot and then do my bow loops. Just, that twine just feels like it's going to want to pull. You don't have to, you can just tie a bow, but wow, that's actually pretty square for not paying attention, or pretty even. Push it over to the side a little bit, and then attach our bread tag. Looks like they kind of put it behind, or put the bow. Yeah, that holds it plenty good. You could always put a little tape behind your bread tag if you are concerned. Like if you're shipping it or something, I probably would put a dimensional or another piece of tear and tape behind there so it doesn't swing around. But I mean, one could still reuse it because the belly band's just going to stay, and you're going to slide. You're supposed to be able to slide. You're going to slide, you know, you can slide your box out. So that is adorable. That is absolutely adorable. So that's one, and then we have, of course, and that's the only one I'm going to show you tonight because I need to think about, for my own use of this kit, how I'm going to use it. With 15 other boxes to put together, and with two two different outside colors and two different outside belly bands, I need to think long and hard about how I'm going to use this. The box, let's talk about that. The finished size is, did they say? If not, I'm going to measure. Okay, so interesting. Sometimes it looks like when they put the box together, they go the long way. I recommend you go the short way. If you go the long way, they say 18 inches. You go the short way. That way you can keep reusing, or that way the person, whoever you're giving it to, doesn't have to destroy the box to get the contents out. That's just my tip in looking at the instructions already. But let's see. Okay, so there's that. Wow, it just comes with so much. I'm just kind of, and then we have these little strip pieces too, which we didn't even address. They're on the same sheet as the bread tags. These little, which you could do another little greeting and stick it in the box, or you could, instead of the bread tag, you could use that. And you know, just so many possibilities with this. It's just, God, it's just kind of mind-blowing. Look at, so this is like, they did a lot of mix and match here. Look at that. Again, just a phenomenal idea. Okay, so I don't see anywhere where they say what the size of the box is. Okay, so here's what the box is. It is actually, we'll go up here because that has actual inches. So the box is just under 2.5 by just under 3.5. So it will hold a standard gift card inside, which are usually 2 inches or 2.25 by 3.25, thereabouts, but it'll hold a standard gift card inside. So just to let you know that, or credit card if you really want to be generous to someone. But there are Visa gift cards, you know, all joking aside. But yeah, so this is an adorable, I'm looking forward to exploring more of this kit. Again, to show you, we got bread tags, we got regular, just plain old labels. We get 20, the rectangles, 20 sheets of the circles. We get 20 various little, truly just like a gift card, but you know, business card size that you can write a message on for the gift. We get little doodads we can decorate with. We get, you know, 16 different boxes with one side, and then flip it over. We've got these colors. So if you didn't get this kit, I bet you are kind of sad now. I don't know if there are refills or anything available for this kit. I have not looked. I don't remember hearing anything. So this is one side of the belly bands, and this is the other side. We get this great stamp set, the ink spot, the twine. I mean, honestly, this kit has it all. Just really. But thank you for joining me for this edition with Let's Kit Together. This has been Sandy McManus with needsaribbon.com, and I really hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope it's inspired you to open your December 2022 paper pumpkin box and play with it and use this, because this is great. Honestly, it is great. Or save it and use them for Christmas. If you do gift cards for Christmas next Christmas, that would be possible too. I mean, the colors aren't quite Christmassy, but you certainly can mix and match and make that work. Anyway, I especially think with graduation season not that far around the corner, that, if not, we've got green